Welcome to US Kingmaster. Alright folks, buckle up because we're diving straight into the latest royal drama featuring none other than Meghan Markle. From bizarre interviews to audacious photo shoots, she's back in the spotlight, and not in a good way. Social media is ablaze, critics are tearing her Harper's Bazaar feature apart, and fans are left asking, what exactly is she trying to prove? Stay tuned, because we're breaking down every cringeworthy, headline-grabbing moment of Meghan's moment.
Right, as Radar Online is reporting right here, Meg's thirsty attention from her title, even in nearly empty rooms, was revealed by the Harper Bazaar's article's author, Caitlin Greenidge.
To another room, and Meghan's there, and the house manager says, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Now, obviously, you announce people arriving at your house. You don't announce yourself when you're already there. But more importantly than that,
social media posts of the fake Duchess at Disneyland, literally using the same poses as Diana on rides, is just a step towards absolute shame. Huge reaction to this, as you can imagine.
She dropped the fact, countless times that she was a founder, and it was revealed in this interview that even if there were only two people in the room, that Meghan Markle needed to be.
Hold on a second. She literally announces herself as the Duchess of Sussex in her own house. I mean, come on, does anyone else see the irony here? You leave the royal family but still crave the title? And then cosplaying Princess Diana at Disneyland? Social media went ballistic, comparing her poses to Diana's iconic moments. This isn't just bad PR, it's a perfect storm of tone-deaf theatrics. What do you think, viewers? Is she redefining royalty or just obsessed with the image?
The contradiction in Meghan's brand, which is she likes to style herself as the anti-royal rebel. She didn't want to do any royal duties, but she still wants the title. She still wants to be feted as a member of the royal family, which technically she's not, although she's married, of course, to Harry. She wants the privilege without the workload. It was very diplomatic in the circumstances. It became satire unintentionally, just by the way she described the interview. I think it was done in two parts for the feature, and no doubt that Meghan thought this would be a very loved up piece about her philanthropy and, being a working mum.
This is where it gets juicy. Meghan's whole brand screams anti-royal rebel, but every move she makes screams, notice me, I'm still royalty. She wants the perks without the duties, the attention without the scrutiny. And the public is noticing. The backlash online isn't just about her behavior, it's about this bizarre contradiction. Could anyone pull this off without it looking pretentious? Comment below, is this savvy branding or straight-up narcissism?
Business, selling jam, etc., as you say. And the writer didn't need to mock her because there were the two incidents in the brownstone in New York where, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, is here, and then also elsewhere when she was going to talk to some school children in Los Angeles.
Is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, even though we appear to be the only other two people in the house. And then earlier on, the journalist wrote that they were set to meet with preteen girls from a STEM academy. Sense of importance. The title remains useful for Meg's business activities, particularly in America. It gets people talking and keeps her in the limelight. And then another royal expert said,
Now, let's talk cosplaying Victoria Beckham and Princess Diana. Critics say Meghan seems to lack an identity, so she borrows from others. And here's the kicker. While she's playing fashion icon and people's princess, social media users aren't buying it. The side-by-side comparisons with Diana's iconic photos went viral instantly. Audience, tell me, would you applaud this homage or call it out as cringe-worthy impersonation?
A sense of importance. The title remains useful for Meg's business activities, particularly in America. It gets people talking and keeps her in the limelight. And then another royal expert said,
Victoria Beckham. And guess what? She's furious, raging, totally overwhelmed with jealousy by the success of Victoria's Netflix reality series. Thing they didn't do with Love Meghan, because they knew they were not only dealing with a massive flop, but they were dealing with an inauthentic protagonist who wasn't opening.
Kinsey, do they think they're heads of state? Why do they need a 4-car motorcade?
Clearly, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's obsession with status isn't impressing anyone. A real influence doesn't need a spotlight or a 4-car motorcade. They spend so much time trying to look important. I wonder if they ever stop to actually contribute to...
Here's the million-dollar question. How do you preach authenticity while changing your personality depending on the room or camera? Meghan's megawatt smile might dazzle some, but critics call it pretentious. And don't get me started on the 4-car motorcade, trying so hard to look important while people are rolling their eyes worldwide. This is a classic example of perception versus reality. Who else thinks she needs to step off the spotlight and just focus on substance?
People can relate to you. Meghan doesn't want people to see what we all know is happening. She's failed. She doesn't want to talk about her failures. She doesn't want to talk about how, she went wrong here. She wants to blame.
Now, of course, Megsy's being criticised for this. And I totally agree with the criticism. Who the hell does she think she is? She ain't a working royal, okay?
Harry copes with seeing his wife recreate images tied to his mother's final years. Meghan still has not established an identity of her own. Without a strong inner compass, it becomes much easier to borrow someone else's legacy instead of building your own. There is no sense of purpose, no clear message. It feels like someone sharing something. It feels less like someone sharing something meaningful and more like someone trying to stay in the spotlight
from a million miles away, and it seems like the late Prince Philip maybe saw her coming. He allegedly gave Prince Harry a warning about getting married to Meghan Markle ahead of the wedding in 2018. The interaction was detailed. Allegedly told Harry, one steps out with actresses, one doesn't marry them. Kinsey, that would be hilarious if it was accurate, and I've got a feeling it is accurate.
Catherine doing her first speech since, telling us about her cancer. That's when Meghan Markle decides to drop not just a trailer, but the cover of a magazine. We should all stop and applaud Meghan Markle, despite the fact that Catherine's finally coming back to work after surviving cancer.
Sure. Chloe is a mere puppet. If I were her, I would exit immediatamente. But the thought was that she was trying to work her way into a Vogue cover.
Bazaar caved to Meghan's demands about what should be included in the story. Kinsey, why would they cave into her? Surely she doesn't hold the cards anymore.
Well, look at how...
We're all going to freaking celebrate. Finally, it's been done. And so, royal experts are pointing out that this move that Meg's is making in terms of how she's being announced to people...
Let's break this down. Meghan claims she wants privacy but keeps plunging into fashion shows, magazine covers, and high-profile events. She's juggling multiple identities: Hollywood comeback queen, humanitarian, lifestyle guru, and honestly, even her supporters are confused. This disconnect between who she was before royalty and who she wants to be now is glaring. Audience, weigh in. Can someone really reinvent themselves and remain authentic? Or does it just come off as desperate?
In the royals would never think to do, but I could get my teeth back in. So British broadcaster Helena Shard told Fox News Digital this is not protocol, let alone royal protocol. It's Meg's business activities, particularly in America. It gets people talking and keeps her in the limelight. And then another royal expert says, one thing is for sure, she certainly keeps giving comedy writers fabulous content. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich saying to Fox News Digital that nothing Megxy does is by accident, saying this was very intentional, instructions were given, so it appears she was making a point. Sadly for her, probably not the point she intended. It's hypocritical at best. And then Richard Fitzwilliams, another royal expert, is saying what this story shows is how attached to her royal links Meghan is. The scene where the title is used, Room, highlights this. It just seems comical. And then going back to Chard, a royal expert from earlier on, saying Meghan loves the pomp, sparkle and drama. She works on the premise that all publicity or brand or title. Because, as royal expert Hilary Fordwich says, nothing Megsy does is by accident.
And now the side-by-side nightmare. Meghan copying Diana's legendary poses while trying to assert her own royal relevance. Social media erupted. Memes, critiques, endless commentary. Diana's authenticity was effortless. Meghan's is calculated. Royal experts are unanimous. Nothing she does is by accident. Fans are starting to click away, roll their eyes, and even her own so-called brand followers are questioning if this is really her moment. Audience, what's your take? Is she honoring Diana or just playing dress-up for clout?
And this is the thing, Maria Montessori on X with this post got me thinking when she shared this story saying that Megsy is using her title in public more and more to cement it as part of a brand.
Perception, you know, it's bizarre. Harper's bizarre. Yeah.
It certainly is. I mean, some of the claims that she made, how brave she was being, selling jams, being a working mum. It's painful to read.
It's painful.
Now, royal author Robert Jobson has revealed Charles might have kept that meeting with Prince Harry quite brief after announcing his cancer diagnosis. He claims that the palace actually made up a medical procedure to...
That if you were standing in a room in Montecito or whatever it is, and you were innocently going about your business, and some people appear at the door and pose as her best friend, even though it turns out that they've never met before. So yeah, I think it's a great clearing device, the whole thing. Yeah.
Names everywhere. I'm not using my title. One or two duchesses haven't really helped the cause lately, which is a very stinging remark, I would say. So I thought that Jane Percy's comment was really interesting.
The love that she did from the public and find the acceptance and appreciation.
Yes, and I think Diana suffered from a great deal of inner turmoil that she was very good at masking.
It's actually where I think in this feature you see the real Meghan, and there's a lot of, there's a real...
Prince William has no other choice but to allow her to keep her title. Because everyone knows her by her title, everyone loves her by her title in her mind at that point. And so Prince William's backed into a corner. He can't take the title away. Now this is the thing. Meg's using her title publicly. Looking back on this as I go down this rabbit hole, guys, this has actually been in the works for a while now. We see it, right, with season 1 of With Love Meghan, where Megsy corrects Mindy Kaling saying that she's Meghan Sussex now.
She's makeupless, which I'm sorry, but it's not good. She needs some eyeliner. The eyes are too close together and she looks forlorn. I didn't actually ever realize how much work that eyeliner is doing on her. And here's just a little bit from the cover piece. Thing she's going to, and the writer's there. A golf cart pulls up, the gravel crunching beneath its tires. The Duchess of Sussex, someone in the scrum announces. Meghan descends.
She thought, I'm going to leave the royal family. They need us more than we need them. We're getting out of here. And in the Queen's dying days, they kicked up trouble. She tried to accuse them of racism. That didn't land. Even at the height of Black Lives Matter, people were like, I don't know if we're buying this whole racism story, with Oprah.
Here's the professional wrap-up. Meghan's Harper's Bazaar feature was supposed to be a triumphant moment, but instead, it confirmed the criticism she faces: identity crisis, public scrutiny, and a disconnect between her title and her actions. True authenticity and true royalty don't need announcements or photo shoots. If you found this drama as jaw-dropping as we did, smash that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive celebrity breakdowns. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's next.